Hey now, y'all. I am caught red-handed, brown-handed, brown-fingered. No, I shouldn't say brown-fingered. That sounds bad, right? It's chocolate, okay? So it's right here on my tooth. I'm getting that off for y'all because I don't want to get the women. I ain't want chocolate all in my. Anyway, because y'all don't know what I'm going through right now. I'm starving. That's what I am. I'm Star and Ving. Okay, so first name Star, last name Ving. Here. So y'all forgive me on this beautiful evening for coming in. I don't. Let me be honest. I don't really mean that. I don't mean to apologize for that. I'm not sorry, and I really don't mean for y'all to forgive me for that. I'm starving. It's a natural thing. Just like if you poop, farts. Why do we live in a society where you have to apologize for it? Why? You can say, excuse me, but I'm so sorry for a normal bodily function. A burp, same thing. For what? Why am I apologizing? I'm off my soapbox. Hey, y'all. Let's start over. Hold on. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of the B Mix right here on BeExposedRadio.com. You already know what Thursday nights at 8 o'clock are for. What is it for? Who is it for, rather? There we go. That's the better question. The me, the unheard, the unseen, the forgotten, the overlooked, whether it be the forgotten part of you or for the person that just does not belong anywhere. Again, the me, B. So welcome. Come on in for the first time or again. Always welcome right here. It's all authentic and raw material. So we keep it organic here. So it's really welcome for everybody. Okay. It really is. It's a safe haven, safe space to come on in and just dump your stuff. Here, it's just come and dump your stuff. Because right now I'm dumping for y'all. Okay. Y'all appreciate my orange. This is the oranges I was going to go for y'all because it's opening day. Y'all don't understand. I love sports. Love sports. Love sports. Here's the thing. We're gonna talk about some stuff, and then we're gonna get into some stuff for the night. I promise. Because, like I said last week, that we are actually gonna bring back that conversation. I'll bring you up to speed. Don't worry, in case you didn't catch the replay, or you weren't live with us last week. It's all right, baby. I don't even be mad. I know everybody does it for the followers and the following and all that. I get it, but I ain't saying I don't care about it, but it's not a concern of mine. Well, didn't we talk about that some months ago, some weeks ago at least? The difference between caring and concern. I'm not going to boggle down my thoughts and feelings and emotions that's when you are concerned about something, right? But when you care, okay, it's lighter. So I'm gonna concern myself with myself, just myself, all things self, right? My self peace, my self-reflection, all of that, self-health, right? My mental health, all of that. I'm going to concern myself with my daughter, right? So all things that matter, I have to keep a roof over our head, yada, 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 right? Where are things that I just may care about, but not really? I care about how this bag of almond joys that I just finished chewing, because I grabbed 2 of these real quick and was smacking them. That bag is still sitting on that counter over there, just looking as good as it want to look. And I'm not going to get up and get another one. So I don't care. Okay. I definitely not going to concern myself. That's the best example I have right now because I'm starving. I almost said, forgive me again. I caught myself because I don't mean that. There we go. That's something I don't care about, right? I'm not going to concern myself. I care. I want y'all to know, but I ain't going to concern myself. Okay. I'm just rambling on. I'm just getting our juices flowing this evening. Okay. I'm getting us warmed up in here. It's Thursday again. Can y'all believe it? Did it happen quick for you? It didn't really happen too quick for me. It's actually been going pretty well, not too slow, not too fast. Y'all know I'm off for the month of April. I cashed in on my PTO. That's the work update. Apparently it's still things being said about little old me, but whether it's genuine or not, it's none of my concern. I still pray for the flesh that houses the spirit that seems to be working as my enemy, right? Because I refuse to even just count people as my enemy. For what? I really don't believe I have enemies. Apparently I do, but I don't concern myself with it, nor do I care. So there's that. I just love to be a good person. Whether you've not been a good person to me, I just love to be a good person because that's who I truly am. It's a choice. We've talked about that before. I guess this is review night. Not really. I'll do an official review at some point. Y'all know I'll probably do that for the year. Like I'm gonna bring it to you. Okay. But we'll get to that. But yeah, like, we've talked about that again, care versus concern. We've talked about what did I just say? I lost it. That's gone. Yeah. Whatever that thought was, it's gone. It's gone, y'all. Again, just rambling. Why? Because I'm starving. So this is a takeaway. This may not be the B tip of the week, but make sure I'm fed, okay? Because I have been told, here's a little snippet, little known Black history fact about me, right? My daughter's Gigi, right? So Gigi Bear says to me one day, and it has never left my mind since. She says to me one day, I think I was like freshly dating, like my ex, like, like the only person I've dated, like since I've had my daughter. Mind you, she just turned 4. I'm getting into that, y'all. Woo-hoo. And I was firstly dating that guy, right? And so Gigi, I was like, yeah, I think that, that was, it was early on. I think this is great. Oh my gosh. And so Gigi was like, but has he seen you hungry? More so, has he seen you sleepy? Because that's a different breed of you in there. And so it's a true thing. Okay. So the hungry thing is more like I'm a little loose-minded, just, a little crazier. Okay. Up here somewhere. Sleepy is more like a, mean, angry, moving on. And so y'all just gonna bear with me tonight. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. And that's okay. It's okay to do that. Okay. Because if you need to feel better about yourself, tonight is a night, okay, that you can cast your judgment upon me. Because guess why? I don't care. It's fine. If that does it for you, so be it. I could care less. Okay. Now that we've gotten intros all out the way, that was all a part of my intro for the night. Okay. Before we get into our stuff for this week, because I actually have notes and everything. However, I feel very unprepared. I was definitely rushing around today. Although I'm off, let me tell you about my day today, right? Told you we just gonna throw some stuff out here and then we're gonna really get into it. Today was good, so I'm not complaining, not coming from a complaining place at all, but no place of complaints for me. But child, okay, so here I am off today. Today goes like this. I get up, I have a state board meeting. That's always about like 2 hours. Okay, so I have that. And then there's a training immediately after. Now, did I know about the training? Meaning I didn't see the email? No, until I was like logging on or looking for the invite to the state board meeting that I had never responded to. Okay. So slipping on my communication, but presence. So do that state board meeting, boom, training. I need to leave and go get my goddaughter. Okay, so I get my niece, we walk, we go get her. Okay. We come back, training's still going on, so I'm there. So I don't know if I'm telling myself or not, but I was there. I chimed in and everything. And then I think I tried to lay down for a nap. That did not happen. Fast forward. I don't know what we did. I don't know. Some time went by. Fast forward to, like I said, I tried to lie down for a nap. That doesn't happen. All these calls and all this, and I just do not. And then the last call that I got out of all the roundabout calls was to y'all keep my mama in prayer. I already told you what's going on with her, and I had to run her to the ER this evening, right before I needed to get right back home because we can't stay with them. So I had to drop her to the ER and like checking in with her or whatever, like often. And so in order for me to get back with my daughter and my niece, get them settled enough for me to do a presentation. Right before then, that rolled over into me that I needed to go drop off my niece and then get back home, get my daughter settled in order for me to get here with you guys. So a day in the life, right? I feel so good about it because none of it had anything to do with work. Besides the presentation, technically, was through work. Like, it was to talk about our programs and all that, which I never mind. That should really speak to my character. It should. But who's it actually speaking to? Like, if I'm expecting my boss to give me some credit about that, nah. So there's your update on that. I know last week I told y'all like briefly, like, oh, the update real quick. That's it. That's the only update, y'all. That's it. We're out of form today. I don't know why I always be trying to feel like I gotta have my stuff together when I get into y'all. I can be this. Okay. I just want to be very clear about that. I can be this. And I appreciate y'all very much. I'll have an appreciation spill and speech one day. But I do. I appreciate y'all for just being here with me, rambling on, talking about my stuff, getting it all out. I'm always welcoming you to call in and comment on the show live, or even when you catch the replay. Please do not be discouraged, not to comment on there. I'm totally okay. Please don't feel like, I don't know why in this virtual world that we all have to live in now, which we were able to adapt well to it. Let's talk about that for just 5 seconds. So you know how it's always been like a generational gap, right? Of like, and it was like, it seemed like technology was the thing that just separated us. It was the bane of the existence, of the gap between generations. And so the older generation, always wanted to use it like, y'all always on your phone, y'all always on that internet, that World Wide Web, and that big back Apple computer, and this, that, right? And so that dial up, okay? And so here we are now that all of that has prepared us, right, for such a time as this. So just saying, everything really serves its purpose. Whereas that's, if anybody thinks about it, like, I don't know if you were in school or if it was just, in the household, like, so your family or whatever the case may be, that there was some, battle, like constant battle, dispute between you and, the older generation about technology, like annoying. Okay. But yet here we are, this thing that was the bane now keeps us sane. Y'all like that? That was good. Tough crowd. Anyway, first and foremost, let's go back a taste. Y'all know I always, once I got this calendar, I always said I would share with you every week. So forgiveness I am seeking. Forgiveness is sought after from our ancestors for not opening up the show with this, because I really want to show you the picture, right? So again, there's this calendar from the Equal Justice Initiative. It is entitled A History of Racial Injustice, of course, for the year of 2021. So it just takes us back every day of the year and gives us a snippet of something. I'm curious because I've recently gone, I guess I'm telling myself now in case my dad catches the show, that when I got this one for myself, he is like a history, especially a Black history, but historian. I was about to say a history junkie, but historian, right? And so I knew that this would be like a good gift to him. Low key, I'm gonna try to hold it till Father's Day. Just saying. I already have a little t-shirt, calendar. Woo, we're good. Just saying, sorry, Dad, did you catch the show? Anyway, so but as I was ordering his recently, as he's called, anyway, my dad is literally calling, and I know he's not even watching the show. That's the funny part. Or if he is, he might be thinking like, oh, let me call in and call her cell phone. They're old. I've always had older parents. It's crazy. Anyway, so but as I was ordering his, I realized that, they've had, I guess they've done, I don't know if their very first year was just a few years ago, but I saw it went back to like 2019. So they have 2020 and 2019 one. And so I'm curious. I don't know if I'm curious enough to get them just to see and like start a little collection. I don't know. I'm trying not to be, is that hoarder-ish? Like if I start a collection of that, like, because it'll just be every year. So then I'll be like 80 something and have, how old am I? Have 50, on these calendars. I think it'd be kind of cool though. I don't know, make something out of it, hold a wall. I don't know. But anyway, I thought about that because I wonder if each year it shares something different. Isn't that cool? Like as they continue to, make these, right, to create these calendars over the years, that there's something different for each day of the year to share. And it's literally just about criminal, well, that's definitely calling it what it is, but a history of racial injustice, right? So just saying. Anywho's, for the month of April, look at the picture. That's pretty cool. Look at that. Yeah, that's amazing. And that wasn't even what I wanted to share with you guys, but I just wanted to show you that. So for Thursday, April 8th, 1911, do your math, 2 F's, Banner Mine near Birmingham, Alabama explodes, killing 128 people, nearly all of whom were Black men leased to the Pratt Consolidated Coal Company as convict labor. And we know that a mine wouldn't just blow up. That's what I'm just saying, it wouldn't just blow up on its own, So there's that. This thing goes pretty far back. That is again from 1911. And not that I'm going to share it because I like to stick on like the days. So just always reading Thursday to you guys. But just looking at April 7th, so from yesterday, that goes back to 1882. So, I mean, as we've all known, but I'll just say it anyway, we've been fighting this fight for a very, 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 very long time. So continue to rest in peace to those 128 people, mostly being Black men, that more than likely were innocent bystanders to a hate crime, but it has to be proven in court. Speaking of which, again, I said I'm going to just toss some random things out there before we really get to our nitty gritty for today, right? I saw a post that said, I wonder if I can get to it quickly because I really want to quote it verbatim. So give me 1 second. Let's see. It said, I think I know where I put it too. I don't know. Okay. All right. Never mind. I'll paraphrase. So paraphrasing is that it basically said, and maybe let me see if I can find on IG real quick, but it said that, or my phone's going to act really slow, that if we basically know that the US is a failed state because here it is, we're on, how long has the trial been going on so far? A trial for a murder, a crime that everyone saw. So just saying, like I was just talking about that we've been at this fight for so long now. And I struggle because I know reality, like current, so reality is present, right? So reality forces you to conclude, that where are we getting with this, right? But then I told you I'm full of hope, so I'm very hopeful always. And I'm trying to, it's a thin line of naive, hopeful and naive. So I cut it off right before we get to naive, but my hopefulness, is full of like one day. So I just leave it there, leave it pretty ambiguous. That one day, things are much better for our people where there is a shift still happening though, right? Like we're better off. I think we can at least say that. We can take that. If you find it hard, like I just struggled to say, like if you find it hard to just see any good, that's going on for us, at least pat yourself on the back to say that, there's better for us and we find it just in different ways. I might be getting closer to it, but I think I've already quoted the post. So I think I've already quoted it. But yeah, so to better days, people, especially my brown and Black folk. I love us, man. I love us so much. And I want so much better for us. It's really, really, really ridiculous. So to shift us to a lighter pause in the show. So I want to share with everyone, just over my weekend, over the weekend, I want to share with you my weekend because it was pretty amazing. So let's go back. So last week was the very beginning of the month. It was April Fool's. Do you know? Let me really touch on that. Speaking of my mama, she April Fool's all of us, as in like my brothers and I and my dad. I forgot why she got my dad. Oh, I remember. Let me share this real quick. So first of all, it's dumb now. Like I get it. But in the moment, you wouldn't know. Like, I don't know. People can do whatever they want to do, right? So I think she texted my brothers and I all the same thing. So I think how I was April Fool's, she April Fool's them too, in the same manner. And so she had texted me and said, hey, I got my new position with the city council. Oh God, something always sounds dumber when you're saying it out loud. Like there's so many reasons that I could have just not believed it. You know what I mean? Just whatever. And so, but what I'm like, oh shoot, because here's my thing. I'm all for the, lay low, pop out, like I'm a pop out married on y'all, pop out pregnant, things like that. Pop out millionaire, whatever, just small things. And so I'm thinking it's like that. Like, okay, sis, I see you, mama, right? And then my next thought is like, Lord, I hope she can tell. It was one of my brothers at job. He's always about either he gonna sue something because he knows rights and all that, okay, or he gonna get the city council on, or he gonna get the mayor, right? So I was like, oh Lord, if she tell him, that's it, right? So whatever. So then the text back. It took me a while. I think the text back was busy or whatever. And she's like, April Fool's. And I'm like, oh, it's April Fool's Day. Ha, ha, whatever. And so fast forward to how she gets my dad. She calls me. She's cooking dinner. Dad's at work. And I think he was just getting off later that night, right? So dumb, y'all. It's so dumb. I know. I'm terrible at telling stories like this because I crack myself up in the middle of it. And so she tells my dad that so that she was cooking dinner and that she fell asleep while she was cooking. Hey, Nina. She tells my dad that she fell asleep while she was cooking dinner, right? Hey, Chris. Hey, y'all. And so, Chris, stay on. Or if you go away, come back. Because we're gonna continue our conversation about the video that you sent me. We're gonna continue that when I get through this. I promise. I'm not gonna take too long. Listen, Nina, it's okay. Neither did I, because I just thought we weren't doing that this year. That's all. Like my mom, no, it was not a good one. It was don't size her, please. My mother knew better, but she really got us. Don't hype her up. So, child, do you know she tells my dad that she fell asleep cooking dinner? So he's rushing. You know, again, like the health concerns that are going on with my mom right now. So he's like, right, he gets home and it's like, well, she is crying, like cracking up, like, because he's like, wait a minute, like as he's like coming up to the house, like, wait a minute, just trying to put it together. And as he finally gets inside, like, so ain't no fire. So dinner is ready, huh? Wow. Like he called me immediately and was pissed. Okay. He was pissed. Okay. He was upset. He was angry. But it was like the funny, like, ha ha ha, I'm angry. But he swears y'all, I'm quoting him verbatim. He always says, I'm gonna get you back type kind of nigga. Like, I don't even know what that means really. I guess I get it, but whatever. And so I was like, you cannot say that to my mama. Like, you can't say that. Anywho, so here we go. So that was the weekend starter, right? To be April Fool's by my mama. Crazy. So then fast forward. So that was, last week when we actually met, y'all, right? And so then I was, we were talking, we touched on the fact that very next day was, I was supposed to say April Fool's Day, Lord help me, was Good Friday. And so I think I shared last week. If not, though, I preached one of the 7 life's words. Totally honored, totally humbled, right? Like beyond humble by just the thought, the consideration. In my mind, I'm like, they could have changed their mind and be like, oops, I know we said your name, but my bad, like, not you. You know what I mean? Like, but they didn't. And so, it just took all week, I was sure, to prepare, because last week, leading up until when I met with you guys last on the 1st, so up until then, so that Monday through Wednesday, I was like in work mode, just tying up loose ends, sending out emails and meeting and this and that, because again, I've taken PTO basically for the month. It takes me all the way until like last few days of the month. And so, yeah. And so that week, like that was, so, that kept me busy. And then, so I had really like Thursday and Friday to really, really, really prepare. But thank God that as soon as I saw that email way back in March, like early-ish March, mid-March, something like that, I'm appreciative that anytime I've been asked to speak, because that's like the 3rd time I've been asked to speak or preach, trying to wear that, that title, that tag. That immediately, like, God speaks to me, so it gives me notes and things like that. So I just get them down, and then I revisit them, and I tighten them up, or pray about this and try to see, is this still the right angle and all that. And so I had done that with the, same thing with the Semblance Word. And so I watched. So I call her T Mac. I'm sure I've mentioned her before, but so that's my brother, my dear brother, Stephen, who passed his mom. And so she's an elder. And so she preached one of the 7 last words. She was visiting at another church and in Elkridge. And so I watched that service live. That took me through a good portion of the day too. I was supposed to lay down for a nap. I didn't. And so I just prayed up real good, and just really ushered in his presence. Y'all, for me to have prepared notes all over the place, like from all these different angles, all like from God though. Like, it's not like I was just making these up, right? And reread the scripture, committed it to memory, and this and that. Y'all hear that? Y'all heard that? What I always tell y'all, that I am not good at quote nobody's scripture, Jesus. Y'all know that's why it's called, that's really what a name. Did I ever tell y'all? Short history story. That the B-Mix, okay, the name of the show came from me never really being able to quote scripture like correctly, right? And mostly because I literally can never remember words to a song, it seems. And so I'll mix them up, and like, especially gospel songs, is so bad. But when I say mix them up, I do mean mix them up. Like, my repertoire is pretty broad. And so, yeah. So, but I committed that scripture to memory. And so, I just prepared for that and all that, and did that. Just for the Lord to really use me like I had been asked him to do. So this is your B-tip of the week. Be careful, because I don't want to invite fear into your heart about it, but be mindful. I think that's the best. Not even cautious, but just mindful, because cautious even tells you like, you don't want to ask for that. They're just mindful. Like, literally, I think for every believer, no matter how old, how young, no matter what walk of life you came from, no matter what your background, is or was, I think everybody at some point experiences the fact that you prayed for something and they forgot. Like, oh shoot, it's either it comes back to you and be like, Lord, I did ask. Okay, I see you. You be listening. That's crazy, guy. Like, you be listening. But also, like, just when you ask for it, like when it happens, like even if it's immediate, like, oh Lord, like, oh, okay, wow. So you just heard me. Okay, well, okay then. So, of course, when you prepare to speak and preach and bring forth God's word, of course, the main focus is for God to speak through you. Yes, you may physically prepare notes and this and the third, but it's not about me, right? And baby, I said all that to say that, honey, when I sat down on that Good Friday, and what a Good Friday it was, honey, I could not tell you what I said afterward. I was like, oh, wow. Just never touched a note, huh? Just never said anything. All the stuff. I had listened to the voice memo that one of the days leading up to it. I made a voice memo, but something else came to me. It was a good angle. It was good. Didn't touch that either. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay, Jesus. It's your world. It really is. It's all about you. So, okay. But I got some like good feedback. So I was like, okay, I sure hope so. Well, thanks, y'all. So that was that, right? So that was Friday. And then y'all, my baby is 4 years old. She turned 4 years old. Sydney Adriana turned 4 years old on Saturday, April 3rd. Oh, we are here. I am the very proud mother of a 4-year-old, like the best person in the world. The best person in the world. Oh, okay. I'm gonna get mushy. I don't see y'all drop my thug tears or nothing, right? I know it's a safe space, so y'all can feel free. I just kind of don't want to. It wasn't my plan. It comes over you sometimes. But yeah, my baby's 4, and like all 4, like just really truly a big girl. So her day consisted of long day. I always knew it was going to be a long day. I always knew it was going to be kind of like action packed in a sense. So she went to dance class, and I am shouting out Black businesses right now because I had like a Black business appreciation post and realized that I still left some off, that I pointed out those that like from my birthday, like for that day, and then for her birthday for that day, versus those like Black businesses that are like continuous. Right. So even though like I shout out like I just love going with hairdresser. I love that because my mother always says that, and it's just something that sticks. And Sydney now she goes to the hairdresser. Okay. So it's what we say. And so like I shout out like my hairdresser, but that's somebody that I go to regularly, or like my esthetician. So, but like the most of them, for the majority, I shouted out those in this appreciation post. Sorry, y'all. Something. It really just itched. Oh God, that feels amazing. Okay. Woo, that was good. That almost put me night. Okay, excuse me. Sorry. That's one of those that'll hit you while you're driving. You like, oh, I can't rub my eye like this. So it's gonna make both eyes close. My God. Oh, that sneeze. Okay, anyway, my brain trying to go on a tangent. But yeah, so I shouted out all these Black businesses, and here to do that here, right? At least just talking about her day. So there was she dance class, right? So she went to dance class that morning. Shout out to Karma's Dance Factory. And then there was she went to Danny, right? She goes to Miss Danny to get her hair done. Boop boop. That's her hairdresser. Hooks her up. Wait a minute, something happened with my phone there. Okay, hold on, y'all. 1 second. So text from my mom. She's saying will do. Okay. She's not saying anything yet. Let me text my dad back, y'all. Sorry. No, waiting on results. She is growing up, Nina. She is definitely growing up, waiting on test results. Okay. Okay. I had to update my dad. I didn't realize he could text me. So yeah, yeah, that's that. And okay. Hey Drea. So child, listen. Miss Ma'am goes to the hairdresser. Okay. I picks her up. And when I say I was moving, like every piece, and that's me naturally, truthfully. Y'all, I don't know what's going on. So don't even worry about my hair today. Okay. I keep trying to tuck it for y'all, but what we talked about earlier, I don't care. Okay. Boom. I don't care about the hair because she's going to do what she want to do. Well, what's her name? Y'all remember? I should give y'all some trivia. It's Boss, BAWSE. Okay. She runs my entire life. Okay. And then there's my real boss, my CEO, then my boss, whatever. And so, y'all, when I tell you, so she's at dance class, right? Boom. The plan is to, have like some donuts or something, Krispy Kreme that, she and her dance gals can, enjoy right after dance class. Okay, cool. Then I'm supposed to grab waters and all that. So, I was running. So, hey, y'all need anything? Let me get something. I'm that mom always. Hey, let me get something for the girls. And so, shout out to Miss Icy. Okay. That's who really like just be running the date show. That Cindy like absolutely adores. And so shout out to her company, www.iceware.com. And so child, I was supposed to do more than I did while she was at dance class. Okay. I had balloons that her Gigi had actually gotten for my birthday because I had a movie night. Right. And so it said like popcorn and the spelled out movie night, all that. So I had to drop those off to get blown up. So I should have did it the day before or some days before, but whatever. If I do that, that takes long. That's all I was able to do. I was supposed to do more than these 2 stops, which is stop at Krispy Kreme and, Party City or whatever while she's in class. Okay, cool. So we do that. I come back. I did leave balloon, whatever. So then when I get to like back to dance class, just so that way I wouldn't miss the kids, so that way they could actually sing to her, do the donuts and all that. Then, okay, we grab her, then at least we go. I have my little sister, who is my brother, Steven's like little sister, Libby. Have her take her with me. Boom, this is my ace. Boom, we're running. So we drop Miss Ma'am to get her hair done. Okay, we run, go get balloons, and we go get more. I don't know why I went to the dollar store, got more balloons because there was ones there that I really loved. I wanted to get for her. I got her some like artificial flowers because I keep her like I keep her flowers in her room. So she has 2 cute little like things that I've turned into like vases and with little stones in there. So I got some like new flowers to put in there. I went to the actual store, like the market, and got her these beautiful. I'm gonna just grab one, y'all. Hold on. Ooh, it's dripping. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, we love yellow in here. Look at that. Gorgeous. Love them. I'm living my life on the wild side. Y'all know I've been outside for the past couple of days without allergy medicine. And I just smelled that flower. Y'all pay no mind. I'm looking at this time now because I don't want to get to passing out and get to itching it. I ain't got to do all that. That's disgusting. I'm gonna put that back. Y'all know I have no green thumb, so I don't want to be the reason why one of these flowers just died. Because it's one that's limp. That thing didn't caught a limp in the leg or something and it's bent over. Moving on. And so, okay. So, because I pride myself in always picking her up with, at least flowers and balloons, every birthday, every Valentine's Day. And yes, technically it's about like the posts that we see, like I'm trying to make sure so that way my daughter don't feel like, your dusty son, like kinda, right? But it's more to it than that because I also don't want her to be unappreciative. I'm not building her up to be this, strong, independent Black woman that don't need no man type. Like that's a little harsh, right? Like I've said that we can revisit that at some point if y'all want to dispute that. Because I have openly, oh my Lord, 14-year-old girl shot in East Baltimore. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Sometimes I got to cut that news thing off. And I always say it and I never do because that thing will come through and it'll just shift the atmosphere for me. But I think it's a little harsh. Like I've openly admitted that like I am not at that place anymore. Like, listen, there's some needs outside of just the obvious that I need from a man. Like I'm okay. Like I crave intimacy, from a man's presence, right? Like, we know that intimacy does not just mean, that there are other forms. Like literally sometimes when I get into my place, like if I get all like foggy minded or whatever, hug me. I don't know. Give me a little dab. Boom, little pound. Like blow it up. That's it. That's all I need. Do a little boop on my nose or something. Remember I told you we talked about a while ago. What's your little safe space? Like what's your comfort space? It's just rubbing the back of my hand. Boom. Give me a little pat. Okay, that's it. You might grab it or something. Grab my hand like that. Boom. I'm good. And sometimes you just need that from a man. And I got brothers, but I don't know. A man that might like me. I don't know. Those people, I don't know if they like me. I love them. I love them. And for the most part, I know they love me, but it's touch and go. But yeah, so anywho, so I'm not building her up to be that. I really am looking forward to it just not being, not even acceptable, but that it's the minimum, like it's expected and not necessarily that either, because that can be touchy. But I just look forward to, like when a man gives my daughter flowers later on, much later on in life, that it's, it's appreciated. I pride myself on me as well as my baby, as being appreciative, people, but I don't want it to be like the end of like, oh my God, he got me flowers. I got to bust it. Why? No, not mine. No, been there, done that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wow, look at that. We talking here or we talking? Can we talk about real stuff or can we talk? Okay, cool. It's only to be mixed. We know what's up. So yeah, like I pride myself in that. So it's more than just that, post and all that, because I don't want it to build up to be like, yeah, because if a boy do this to you, that don't mean nothing. It don't have to be that either. We talked about this before, y'all, that we take it so far left that it doesn't have to be that way. It's all about finding the happy medium, right? All about finding. We know that we are really, okay, can we get a woo woo in the air? Okay. I told you it was little stupid stuff that we used to do that I feel like needs to come back to just make life better in this day and age, right? And so bring it back, woo woo, like raising the roof a little bit. Tell me if somebody don't do that in a meeting, that don't just change your attitude. You done came to a meeting, you really not feeling it. You finna quit. I ain't telling nobody business, but you finna quit, okay? But somebody do a little woo woo. I ain't saying it might change your mind about quitting, but at least it's gonna be like, what, I can be a little nicer until I quit. Like I can at least be a little cute, before I slide y'all this letter at the end of this, at adjournment. Okay, you said new business. Here you are. But that whoop whoop might change your attitude, because other than that, you could have been sitting there all, whatever. I digress. So my point though, like I was saying, is just, really to find that happy medium of that it's provided to provide it for her at a very young age. I do want her to be able to think back, like, I've been getting flowers and balloons on my birthday and Valentine's Day, at the least, since I was 2, like, you gotta be a little more, right? So it's about building, your child's standards and expectations subtly. Like discretion is a beautiful thing. Use it, right? Because again, I love how her reactions are really just like mine. Like if anybody says like, "Oh, I think you're great," or this, like, and I really, it's always my most genuine reaction. Like to get a compliment, it's like, you, something I did was great. Well, well, I'll be damned. Thank you. Right. So, but yeah, so all of that, pick her up from getting her hair done, flowers, balloons. Okay, cool. Then it's all the other balloons because I own a little OD. I don't know why I added stuff at Party City in order to be able to use a coupon when originally my total was less than like the minimum to be able to use the coupon. It was done. And I'm looking at all the balloons right now. That's why I'm turning my head just looking at it. Wow. Anywho, okay, so cool. We get past that. So 2 Black owned businesses thus far, dance class and hair, boom. The big stuff, okay? We rented out, shout out to the Pink Door or Spa Tea, Kids Spa, and Cross Keys, right? The Village of Cross Keys. Amazing place. So definitely look into them for either parties or, you can have play dates. That's what I'm looking for. Play dates, actual full-blown parties. It's up to you. It was great. It really worked out perfectly. I told y'all about her twin cousins that are around her same age. So it was the 3 littles. I told y'all I categorized all my kids, all millions of my kids as bigs, middles, and littles. So I had 3 littles and 3 middles, right? So it was my niece and my goddaughter and who am I missing? Where am I in my brain? Oh, there we go. My little sister. There we go. So all of them are around the same age group, so it's perfect. Like everybody got a girlfriend, okay? Girlfriend. And so it was cool. They go, when I say they get nails and toes done, they drink their juice out of flutes. Now, here's my thing. While I'm not the person that's always pushing for that, because I get it. Like some outfits that are out here, they are just our adult outfits that are just minimized for kids. I'm not really, big fan for all that. So while I may not push for the flutes, I will admit that I was the person like eating it up. Like, oh my God, look at these little people, like just drinking from their flutes. It was crazy. But it was definitely strawberry lemonade with fresh strawberries in there. They loved it. Sydney definitely loved it. That baby loved fruit. And so, nails and toes done. They made slime. Sydney got a massage. Like just, it was a good time. And so that was good, right? And so then even later on, though, then they come home, come to my house. We got a King Kong pizza, child, all of these like honey obey boneless wings and juice and all that. And so everybody eats. We may or may not break into my house because I didn't have my keys, but it that's not the point. It wasn't my plan. Okay, it wasn't my doing. I will say that. And so we have lunch. And there's an Easter egg hunt, my front and backyard. That goes well. By that time, it's most of all the kids that were accounted for the party. Because then my bigs are here, most of them. And then I rented out Next Act Cinema, y'all. Get into it. Movie theater in Pikesville, Black owned, love them. The food there, y'all, I will always promote this first for them. Like their food is so good. Okay, like they did not disappoint this time either, but like the times that I've been before, I think before all I can remember is I had like the salmon, asparagus, mashed potatoes, something like that. At a movie theater, yes, I did. And that was when I was like drinking too, so like their drinks were good too. So their bar and all that, their menu is great. So this time around, child, I wasn't even gonna get nothing to eat because I had prepaid for a snack pack for at least all of the children. So it was 10 kids accounted for. They got like small popcorn and soda. I added that to the package. Okay, cool. And it was all to watch this movie that my daughter's been raving about and has seen. Shout out to Andrea because she got her this Barbie doll. I told you I was here to just dump on y'all right now until we get to it. It'll be in a little bit. But shout out to Andrea because she got my daughter the first like doll for this new movie, Raya and the Last Dragon. Very good movie, by the way. Maybe I don't know. I should have brought her on for like a movie review. I'll think about that. I might do that next time. I don't know. We'll see. Because sis is into it, okay? Because she made her TT buy it for us to watch it on TV again, because I was not. I don't know why. In my mind, it made more sense to buy and rent out a whole movie theater for a whole birthday party, like part of her birthday party. to watch the movie versus paying for it on the TV for $30. Like, I don't know. My brain, I don't know. It just made more sense to me. But I was not doing both. She got both, but I was not doing both. Okay, get my drift. And so it was great. A great day, like full of just action packed, but like low key. Like my house is still intact. Okay, I've had a good amount of like people, not a whole lot. So all together, when I ran out the theater, it was like for a total of like 20 people, and it was all family. The ghetto, though, first of all, I want to be very clear. I'm gonna tell my mother right now. Y'all, so embarrassed. To say the least. I kept apologizing, but it was like in light, because it's like I'm really not really so concerned. But y'all, I'm so sorry. Like my family is just acting so ghetto. So you got my little nieces and my nephew, right? So the three youngest people there, they are just on foot, just moving all around the entire time. So you hear them, they calling for people, oh, Nene, Gamma, Pop, just all throughout the movie. So thank God again that it's all family there. But I want to talk to y'all real quick about the fact that we were all putting in food orders, and my mother, I don't even know what she was ordering, but it was made. I remember hearing the gentleman say, and I think this is the owner that actually waited on us, I believe. I'm not too sure, but I believe so. But one of the owners. And so I just remember he said, like, yeah, it's made with, what did he say? Soy oil. Is that right? I think I'm saying that right. My mother says, she responds, oh, butter? Mommy, no, you're ghetto. You are so ghetto. And she's not. And that's the sad part. Like, Mom, what is going on with y'all? I don't understand. But such a good time. And I didn't go to sleep. So that was a good thing. I don't even think it's just because I paid for it. Like, it was really, because it was a great movie. Like, it's a great movie. I'm not saying I promote for y'all to go pay $30 to see it. It is in theaters, though. So if you want the whole experience, and maybe if you're comfortable enough with going out, maybe. But that whole $30 thing and pay for a movie inside the house, I want some experience with it. Wow, you just gonna come on down for snack, huh? Everybody just going hard these days, right? Oh, well, I ate the rest of your snack. I was hungry, so. No, you can take them hands off the hips. Cindy, you know I'm doing my show, right? I ate it. That was what I just told you. Well, yes. Can I finish my show? Here, come here. Do you want to tell everybody about Raya and the Last Dragon? You want to give a movie review?
Yeah.
Okay. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
They can see you. You may not be able to see them, but they can see you. You want to tell them about Raya and well, first of all, what's going on? Oh, wow. You hold phone arms? What's going on? Yeah, okay.
Hi.
Hi. What do you want to tell them what you have on? What's this? What do you have on? Your ballerina dress?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was telling them about the weekend. What happened over the weekend? Don't worry about my ring. Can you talk to the people, please?
What's broken?
I know. It broke. The seal came off. I have to get it fixed. What happened over the weekend? Did you turn 4?
No.
Because she keeps telling people that she turned 22. So there's that. How old did you turn over the weekend?
I turned. No.
Yes, that's right. You point to your number 4. You turned 4 years old. So yes, you turned 4.
I'm going to be 20 for my birthday.
You're not going to be 20 years old on your next birthday. No, you're not.
My house is
It was empty. I'll get you one. Okay. She found my snack that I was eating when y'all came home.
I want this upstairs in my room.
Okay. So again, before we do that, could you stop that? Thank you. Stop. You want to tell them about what you did over the weekend for your birthday? Stop. Okay. What did you do for your birthday?
I do for my birthday. Everybody said happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Was their favorite movie.
What was it? Oh, at their favorite movie theater. Okay.
But why in the last dragon? Oshana and Mo came in Silas.
Yeah, Oshola and Amara and Silas came. And who else? And Unc. Okay. And who else came to your birthday?
And KK.
Yes. And who else?
KK is coming to me and give me a hug.
Yes. And she gave you a hug. Who else came to your birthday?
Uncle Chuck and my dad.
Yes, your daddy did show up.
My daddy did show up.
He did. Who else?
Chuck.
And Armel. And who else?
Mariah McKay
McKinney said daddy and showed up. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was all.
Mara showed up too.
Yes, and Amar showed up too. So Amar's there twice.
And Mara and the side showed up too.
Yes, they did. What about when you went to?
Charlotte showed up too.
Yes, she did.
And me showed up too, and my mom showed up too.
Yes, we both. Yes, we did. We did show up. Do you like? What did you think about the movie Raya and the Last Dragon?
The movie did. That's why I don't get the popcorn, soda, and juice.
Yeah, she did have popcorn soda because they didn't have juice. That is my only complaint.
There's only complaint, and I need juice and popcorn.
Yes, juice would have been better, and because we paid for not juice, and we could have got water. I get it, but it's a movie, so juice would have been better. But unfortunately,
juice wasn't better. Okay. Juice was better.
Juice would have been better, yes. But what do you think about the movie? What do you think about Raya and the Last Dragon? Tell them about it. What do you think? Come on, tell them.
Mariah was telling the story.
Raya was telling the story. What was the story?
It was Kumandra. Kumandra is a girl just like me.
A girl just like you. And what else? Who else is in the story? Who else is in that movie? Namari. Okay. Who was Namari? Is she the good girl or the bad girl?
Or the bad girl.
Oh my goodness, she's the bad girl. What did she do?
No, not the bad girl.
She wasn't?
Her is the bad girl, and her trying to steal my mommy and daddy.
What? She turned Raya's. Let's not tell the movie. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, so
Mommy, I bring this?
Yes, in just a minute. One more question. Is it safe to say that you liked the movie Raya and the Last Dragon?
Yes, it was cool. I got watch it at home. My mom said I want to put it on.
Yes, I will definitely put it on.
Daddy Chuck is so scared.
Uncle Chuck was scared?
My daddy car was scary.
Daddy was scary?
No, Dad's car.
Oh, Daddy's car, his big truck. Scary. We saw Daddy's big tractor trailer truck when we all left out.
It's so scary, Mommy.
Swallow words. Mm-hmm. So you all done telling them about Raya? Anything else you'd like to tell them about your birthday or about Raya? What else did you do on your birthday? Did you like getting your nails and toes done and your massage?
Yes. I make slime.
You make slime. Ooh.
It's in my hands.
Yes, and it's on my sofa.
The stickers on Mommy's sofa, and I take a picture.
Oh, you took a picture of it? Wow. So anything else about your birthday that you would like to tell anybody about?
Everybody, I was telling my mommy I got in trouble, but I can't find the remote to put the TV on.
You did not get in trouble for not being able to find the remote. What are you saying? When did you get in trouble for not being able to find the remote?
Well, I eat the pizza and my pizza, but
pizza.
Mommy pop at me.
Pop. Pop called you?
Yeah, Papa's called me when he get there home.
Oh, yes. Pop called you when he got home, yes.
And he got home.
Yes, he was asleep.
Mommy.
What's it, me? You all done telling about your birthday?
Yes, ma'am, I have this.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. You may have it and take it upstairs to your room. It's that one. Yep. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Got it. Good job. Big girl. Good job. Please do not make a mess, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. Bye. Okay, I'll do my show. Okay, you're going to give a Okay, you're trying to take too much upstairs. Carry it by the handle. It's going to be a trail of stuff just up the stairs. Woo! Okay. And then there was Resurrection Sunday. That was amazing. Sydney wore her great dress. Apparently everybody pumped her head up, so she's really feeling herself. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll share some pictures. If not, follow my personal page. Yeah, that was that. And then there was Resurrection Monday. Okay, my baby went to the doctors. She is 41 pounds solid. She is just about 3.5 feet tall. That wasn't what behooved me. Okay, what really got me was that I was waiting for them to lie her down on the scale. No, she's a big girl. She stands on the scale and then stands against the wall to be measured. So that's that. I am here mothering of a 4-year-old. So keep me lifted in prayer. It's going pretty well so far. Appreciative of things like we got our trampoline up. I'm sorry, it's called a jumpaline. I'm surprised she didn't tell y'all about that. And she got a new bike from TT. So, just things are happening. A lot of things moved on Monday. And it's just like over the weekend, I was such on like a high on life that I wanted to tell y'all so badly. So I'm sorry that I dragged through. Hey, Malika. She went upstairs. Hey, Malika. I'm gonna just say it in her little voice. But yeah, like so much went on over the weekend that I was like, oh my God, I want to tell them. I want to just tell them on the show so badly because I want y'all to feel it like in the moment. So I had to drag it out, I guess, a little bit. And at least I had a special guest to help me tell y'all about that. Woo! Okay. So here's the thing. Before we get out of here in a little bit. To shift gears, right? It feels good to be able to share my feelings. It feels good to be able to share however it is that I feel. That's the same thing. I just had to say it in a different way because there are so many different renditions of expressing oneself, right? And so usually when we think of that and that there are so many different outlets and all, they're usually like not so positive. Or our minds really geared to not so positive. So we think of like people, get a drink or people, roll something. I don't know, snort something, sniff something, I don't pop something, whatever you pop it. I don't know. But what about the options for positively, expressing yourself? Like, arts, different forms of arts, right? Remember at some point it was like you were like the weirdo because that's what you wanted to do to express yourself. You didn't want to even, for example, as a male, right? As a man, as a young man, as a boy child, however you want to carry it, right? If your pronouns are him and he, there we go. I was supposed to say him and her, he and him, right? If you wanted to, if you did not want to get out there and toss the pigskin, what do they call the football? If you didn't want to get out there and throw the football around in the street, with the other boys and get all musty and stuff like that, and if you wanted to paint, at some you would have been called a weirdo, right? Look at the shift that's happened. There are so many like modern day. So, ones that came from the hood, their little hood and all that, but you don't even have to be that, but just think of that example of those that may have come up, from rough upbringings or whatever, rough areas, rough neighborhoods, just to be brought up in Baltimore, right? If you can just put that as a part of your story, that's good enough, right? For some people. And so look at those now that are known and like picking up more and more wave because of their art, their expression, by way of art. Like, I love it. I love the idea of it. I love for anyone to be their authentic self. That is my favorite thing. That is absolutely my favorite thing. It's so much so that I've shared with y'all before that it was one of the times I was telling y'all that when I tried dating, online dating thing. And so I met one in particular. And so that was the one who was telling me about like the baby's on the way and this and that. And so in my mind, knowing that I didn't want to be, I didn't want to continue. I didn't want to proceed with anything, even though there was like somewhat like genuine interest there mutually too, right? So mutual genuine interest. Yeah. More so if I'm really being truthful, I really think it was me caught up in the idea that I allowed myself to even try, this thing of dating and then online dating, like, and actually meet somebody. Oh Lord. Right. So I think it was all of that, but either way, like, and then it happened to me like a good, decent, guy for the most part ish. And so I still took it upon myself, though, to make sure that I did not discourage this Black man that at least, eventually, like, so it was after like date one, right? So after first date, that was a really nice date and all that. But after date one is when he came, clean that I knew of like two children that he had. So I'll just refresh your memory. That knew of two children that he had. One was older. I was like, I don't know, 6 or something like that. And the other one he had said was 2. And so come to find out, I was like, oh, you meant 2 months? Oh, got it. And then you have one that is about to be induced. Say if this was the weekend. So induced that following Monday. Okay. Like, no, thank you. Right. But I still took it upon myself, to be sure, like to not necessarily like a let down easy, but I wanted to be clear about just things like, because then that was the one that turned out to be like, oh, you dated someone that I've known, like, from my church. Like, no, thank you. I'm not interested in any of that. Like, I'm just not interested, and that's okay. Right. And so I took the time. So even while one of his last, sentiments and comments was like, nice guy, always finish last. Okay, sure. However you want to take it. That's fine. Like, me, I would just be able to respect that. So I still didn't, at no point did I feel like, I need to hurt it. We ladies, now know what we have said at some point or another. I need to hurt this nigga feelings. You just said it. You just said it. Stop. I said it. Or at least I've thought it. Said it to myself, right? And thought it. And it's funny because those are the times that I didn't attempt to. And then it's times where apparently I've been. Do you know yesterday? It just came to mind. Do you know yesterday I was told that I'm mean? Wow. I'm sorry. And then later on, it was like specified, like, no, I'm just mean to men. Wow. I'm sorry that literally my experience seems to be that I've met, men or talked to men or like entertained. I don't think the 2 that I've dated, like officially, like I don't believe that they actually came. Well, I think so. Yeah, one. Maybe the other one too. I can't remember. But like ones that I've dated officially weren't really the ones that came clean and said that they felt intimidated by me or that I am intimidating or anything like that. And the sad part is not always like this, because that's how I took it. Like intimidating is like, oh, I'm coming off like this big burly, like raw. Like, no, it's just, I don't know. Apparently, like what I was told yesterday on the phone conversation was that it's just that I expect, like quick answers and this and that. And then he tried to use like the example of like, because you expect consistency. Yes. Consistency is so that makes me intimidating because I expect consistency. You can't tell me one thing and then it switches up to be a nut. Like, just don't say it at all. Prime example. I tell the gentleman, so this is the gentleman I was speaking to yesterday, that this is the most recent one that I told you about a week or so ago, a couple weeks ago, that we went on a date. And so that first date, it was actually the second date. And so, which was supposed to be the first date, but then we wound up having like a impromptu date beforehand. So that's why the first date turned into being the second date, whatever. And so it walked me to my door and I didn't know he was going for a kiss. He just doesn't understand. I'm awkward. I may come off, like I got it all together. I am so awkward. I'm awkward. I don't know. I'm awkward in my own self. Even if I don't come off awkward to y'all, I am awkward. I can say that. And it's not even that I'm trying to wear that. It's just that I know myself. And so, anywho, so I didn't know. At some point, I think he was like going for a kiss, but it didn't register to me. So literally out of my mouth, it just came like, are you going for a kiss? Like, and he just, oh, no. So we talked about this yesterday, right? And so I wound up saying, I was like, what, you shot yourself in the foot. Like, and it doesn't mean that it was even crossing my mind. That'd be the issue that I've learned from some people, that they'll assume that things are on my mind. I'm going somewhere, I promise. And so, I've definitely said a million times in my lifetime, especially like to the opposite sex, of like, don't try to think for me. If you haven't really gotten to know me well enough to really be able, and I'm pretty sure even then it would be hard. Like, that is my ultimate goal. Like my husband, I truly dream of like, he'll, just get to know me so well that it can be, we'll be so equally yoked and get to know me so well that it will almost seem as though some things will be like, oh man, he just read my mind. Like, I get that no one is a mind reader. I get that. But I'm that person that prides myself in getting to know you so well. I listen for what you're not even saying, and not to make things up, but because it's like, oh, okay, that feeds my considerate side, that I'm considerate as to where people's issues really lie, or really, let me say lay, because I don't think I'm saying lying, really lay or reside even when they're telling you one thing. So, you might say something, someone is like, oh, it's because your mama just hopped around. So that's where that comes from. Okay. And I don't mean I'm throwing it in your face. It's just, it helps me to identify, what you're really trying to get at, right? Even if you haven't said it. So I know that I've come off of like it seems as though it's tearing somebody down, but like giving them back to themselves straight, but things that they hadn't really come to terms for themselves. And I couldn't help that because it's the way I think, right? And I can't be asked it either. You can't ask like, what's on your mind? Ooh. You have to be sure that whatever question you're going to ask me is an answer. It's a question that you're willing to hear any type of answer to. Do not ask me a question and assume I'm going to tell you one thing. Like, just don't. Then what's the point of it? That's not a dialogue, right? And so all that to say, and so like I told the gentleman that like you shot yourself in the foot, just basically was like, well, no, I had said like, well, you never know. Like, say if you would really mess you up is that you lied. Like you started stuttering because you're lying. Like, oh, no, I'm not going for a kiss. Because then that's when it clicked. Like, oh, yes, that's what you were. I didn't know that, right? And I was like, just say if. I'm not saying that it's definitely would have because I wouldn't know because it didn't happen. But say if you had have came straight out, because I know if I was a man, like if the same scenario and the shoes on the other foot, and if I was going for a kiss, you'd be like, what you want to kiss? Yeah. What? Like, you're either gonna say yes or no now. Like, well, it's okay. And so I was like, that probably would have helped you, because then maybe it would have given me a moment to be like, oh, let me think about it. All right, maybe, right? Maybe I'll risk this Rona. Like, it just would have it's always honesty over everything for me, right? And so when we talk about honesty and people being able to express their honest sentiments, it has to come from a place of feeling that comfortability within self. And the way our society, and just I think society is meant to work, is that the way you feel about self is going to be not necessarily based off of, but it's going to bounce off of your surroundings and your environments. We get that because we say that a lot, proud of your environment, yada, yada, yada. So it is about surrounding yourself with what's good for you. So to carry on about what our conversation got to last week, before we get out of here, this is actually something I really plan to, time got away from me, y'all, because I told you about my running around, that I wanted to share as a promo for the show tonight, right? And it reads, this is a time for healing deep emotional trauma. Situations you thought you cleared are coming up again for more awareness. Healing is done in layers. You have to continue to spiral through the same emotional experiences until there is no energetic charge left to trigger you. Whew. That thing good. Let me read it again. I'm giving it to y'all again. I ain't lying. This is a time for healing deep emotional trauma. Situations you thought you cleared are coming up again for more awareness. Healing is done in layers. That is your B-tip of the week. I've said it before, but I really need you to get it. You have to continue to spiral through the same emotional experiences until there is no energetic charge left to trigger you. Remember, what this hits for me pretty good because, like, as in something I needed to share with everyone. Because I've said a few times before, and I'll continue to say it, that while I understand for others that like time is the most important thing to you, say my time is so precious. I get that. What it is for me is energy. If I've given something energy and then I feel like it's been wasted, then that's where I have to like regroup and be like, ooh, okay, wasted some energy there. It's okay. That is also why I am hesitant to give energy. So in this same scenario with this same gentleman, like I know we talked about the fact that, and I think I shared this with y'all already, but just to reiterate that he had mentioned like, it was like, well, I like you. No, I'm saying he asked me, I think he said, I like you. And he said, do you like me? Right. And I was truthful and I said, no. But I explained, and of course it wasn't received well initially. I was told just yesterday that apparently toward the end of it was, but initially it wasn't, because that's my thing too. You can't give me like some turned off kind of like feel. Then I'm like, oh, I'm turning again, because it's energy for me. So if I feel like I'm turned off, that I'm turning you off, then now I'm okay. Like that's it, right? Whatever all that meant, that's exactly what I meant by that. And so I meant it as, I try to explain, like, I don't dislike you, because people usually associate dislike with hate. That's not what I feel. That's a strong feeling. That's energy toward it. I don't even feel that way. I also don't feel on the opposite end of like that I like you in a more positive way. I am at least telling you that you have my interest. That in itself is a big deal. And I know you wouldn't know that because you don't know me before now, but I'm telling you that. So in this getting to know stage, that's important. Why am I bringing all this up? Know your worth, kings. That's it. That's it. Know your worth so much. Okay. And we're gonna bring this home. Know your worth so much that you feel the need to follow up about expressing your feelings and most inner thoughts by revising your thoughts to cast your oats so widely or at all. Okay, let's let's put something on the table. When y'all out here casting y'all little oats, you're exposing your insecurities. Did you know that? I'm talking directly to my fellas of all colors. I know I'm always talking to the coloreds, but of all colors, shapes, sizes. Okay. Seriously though, when you are out here, prime example, you're with a good girl, good woman, good mate, good person, and you cheat. Okay, let's just call it out because the conversations always go there, but that's not always what I mean, right? But just period, right? So you decide to cheat. Either if you in yourself, and we're going to talk for real, so this might spill again into next week, but if you in yourself are just not, a heavy loader, a low carrier, okay, a ground dragger, whatever, right? Or no matter what shape, size that you have and are, if just the fact that this sexual encounter that you have now had with a person outside of y'all love to say situation, your partnership, your situation, your marriage, your relationship, whatever. And so this outside person, this cheating scenario, say if it was not a good sexual encounter, that is still exposing your insecurity. It could have been the fact that it's on your mind that, oh my God, I'm cheating on my wife for the first time, or I'm, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, whatever, like I am cheating. And so, I can't get it together. Oh my Lord. But this person has still seen one of your most precious, your most precious physical feature that no one else should see beside the person that you're with if you're in a sexual relationship. That's not fair. It's precious. I'll be honest, I can speak for myself that when I was in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, right, that for so long, like I could not even fathom seeing another penis. Like I didn't want to see another dick. I didn't yearn for it. I didn't think about, like, I was all about, and I can be, and that's who I am. You know what I mean? So, and wow. And full disclosure, okay, at some point, have I cheated? Yes. Yep. Physically, sexually, yes. Emotionally, yes. Oh, yes. Yep. I have. So I know somebody's like, but you just say, I get it. No, we're talking about different time frames. So we can go through my life story and we can, whatever, give a time frame, and then you figure out where that came in and yada. But at some point, so mind you, here I was, a girl that could not even, when I talk about couldn't never watched porn, like did not, and then even once I was introduced to it at first, it was just like, no, thank you. I don't want to look at nobody. No, I don't want to see no other man. Like, no, that's not what I want. Like, if I want to be with you, I am with you. You. Uno. Okay. My childish one was about to say uno dico, but that's not it. I correct myself up. Moving on. But, so again, it's not even like I was like, you go from a girl that is just all for one, right? To, to be able to get to a place of being able to actually physically and sexually and emotionally cheat. Like, wow, right? And so insecurities come to play in there somewhere, right? So while it's already not bad enough, because I guess the place where insecurity should be expressed and should be worked through, or could be, Let me say could, not should, right? Because we even talked about getting that out of our vocabularies. And it is a hard one. But where vocabularies, where insecurities could be expressed is, within these units and unions, right, that you make. That is the purpose of linking with someone that you truly believe. And even if, and I'm speaking to people that don't necessarily plan to, maybe don't believe in, for whatever reason, don't look forward to marriage. But at some point, you being with someone, that's a union. And so union, okay, the root of it is right? Or the prefix rather is And so, because I was about to say uno, is meaning one, right? So really, it's really meant for it to be one union, okay? I'm gonna stay away from the word marriage because apparently that scares some of you, so that's fine, right? I'm not going to beat you over the head with that, but go with me, right? The issue is that so many of us, and I'll include myself because I'm just inclusive, right? I don't want to seem like I'm beating you over the head and pointing fingers. So the issue is that so many of us have made so many of these connections and making unions, right, all over the place, casting these oats and like exposing. So in your one union, you should feel comfortable enough with expressing your insecurities. You have chosen to expose your insecurities widely. So what's going to happen? You can continue to be insecure. I can't help it. My brain is going to a child's movie, but like Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet. It talks about, and this would be for my nerds and my geeks that understand like techie stuff, and I don't. But at least I was able to make sense here of like when I was talking about viruses, in the computers and things. And so it explained in a nice way that like kids could get it because that's how I got it. And I'm trying to remember it now, but like long story short, I remember like it was so many of like the Wreck-It Ralphs, and it built up because it was a virus that came into the game, and it was an insecurity virus or something like that. And so all it did was it reproduced insecurities, and so it just kept building up. So it had all these Wreck-It Ralphs that built into this one big old monstrous Wreck-It Ralph that was just going over, just stomping all over things, yada yada yada. Until they got to the root of that insecurity, and it was, died out and all that. Yay. And so where we can get into double standards, we can talk about double standards. Especially when we talk about expression, that women are encouraged to express, not to veil. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. Women are encouraged to express, right? Yet also to veil ourselves. Okay, go and use the bathroom. Whereas men are encouraged to be strong and tough, yet to live out loud. So we already live in a world where, boy, be tough, boy, but then as you get to a certain age, you better get out there, you better get to that strip club, you better do. So it's like you're being pushed to live out loud in like an empty, arrogant kind of way. So it's no content. You're being pushed to be, to suck it up and not to cry about it. But yet you're, being told to, cast these oats, and if to prove your manlyhood, you better be with all these women and this and the third. And I know I'm speaking from a place where I'm a mother, right? But I'm not a mother of a son yet. I know y'all, all of y'all, but like it. Whereas with women and with young girls, we're expected, crying out, baby, it's okay. But then we're also told to, we definitely taught that sweep under the rug thing pretty early, right? In so many different ways, and so it's so contradictory for each, gender, and then when we cross genders, like. And yet all we need to be able to do is to express ourselves because we're individuals. And so back to that video of last week where, again, it was the three NFL players, talking about just their feelings and wanting to be able to, just really questioning rather of like, well, if I'm sad about losing a fellow, teammate, especially in a tragic way, and I have questions about it. I'm concerned. I'm confused and I'm full of emotion. Why can't I think to call my bro? Why call my bro? Why can't I think to do that? Why are there so many issues built upon, pushing or discouraging me from doing that? And I still go back to saying, know your worth, kings. From a Black woman, I know we get the title and the tag of like, y'all so tough on us. And it's like, yes, we have been. Some of us still are. And it is because we're trying to find our way in the best way of being able to get to you guys. It continues to be a contradiction in both respectively and overall, because we're meant to fit together. We're meant to fit together. But the way that we operate it contradicts, how we're made and intended, right, to operate. So here my notes. So how are we meant to fit together the way we were made and intended if we operate in the way we are conditioned? That's really the question. I was trying to switch around the statement and try to read it with my side eye. We're trying to figure out how to be able to get through to you guys. Because if we have been pushed to, at least we've been pushed to express ourselves in a way of like emotions and all that. So we do that amongst each other. Not right now, baby. Mommy's still finishing up her show, okay? Thank you. Go ahead back upstairs to your room. Sydney, yes. Yes, you can watch whatever you want upstairs. Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead. Yes. But yeah, so I love you too, baby. But okay, I'll finish my show. I'll have a good one. Thank you. Have a good show, okay? But yeah, so if we've been pushed and probed and conditioned to be able to express ourselves and understanding that it's still a veil that we're being asked to keep, over ourselves as women. So then that has forced us to, go within our own sister circles and, express ourselves that way. At least there's some, even though it's contradictory, at least there's some point of being encouraged to express ourselves. So we're more of the professionals, I guess, in that sense. That I guess it's on us at least to help men with expressing yourselves. But I know that it's probably a hard conversation to try to have because there still is that tug, that it's kind of like, how are you gonna tell me when you've been able to do this all your life? I couldn't cry about, that I fell down and scraped my knee off my bike just like you did. I was told to suck it up. And I get that. I can almost stomach that, right? A man is flabbergasted and taken aback by a woman being utterly and totally turned off by the fact of them having given themselves away so much, so often, and or to so many, right? So there's another example of like a double standard that has us at a place where it's like, how do we break through, this, oh my Lord, this this like ongoing, it's been going on forever. That's what I was trying to speak to, like this forever ongoing, or forever ago, ongoing wall or barrier that sits between men and women. But yet we're meant to operate with each other, like we're meant to fit together. And yet, there's this thing of like, oh, she's been with this many people and this and that. So there's the slut shaming, right? Whereas it's okay for a man, to just, oh, it's just being a man. Technically, it's just a woman being a woman. Just saying, right? It's like, it's hard to get through because the same way that's what's like forever the issue. the same way that a man feels that way about a woman, expressing herself sexually, right? Casting her oats, okay, widely, even, right? Is if y'all, truth be told, if y'all really want to hear it, is that women feel the same way. And I know that there's a lot of talk about it, like on social media, because we live in a social media world, so I always refer to it. That, they're posts, oh, ain't nobody want a community. Like, I know that is like probably watered down the message of it because we see it so often, and sometimes it's the wrong way of saying it. Like, girl, hold on now, sis. You might not be able to say that. But it's so true. It's so true. I am so easily turned off by a man to know that he has given himself away so much. Because I know for sure that it comes from a place where you just don't care about yourself as much as you ought to. Especially a Black man. I'm sorry. I'm always love Black men. I love all people, all God's children. Out of men, I definitely love the Black men a little more. I think it's only right. And so when I think of that, it's like, so while it's said that a man's deed doesn't matter, I believe, unfortunately, in too many cases, it's the man that doesn't care about his own deed. Know your worth, kings. You don't care what y'all do. You don't care about it because you literally are inserting yourself inside of different people with their different demons, different germs, different bacteria, different storylines, different issues, differences, just and just with no thought to it. It will catch up to you at some point. It should get old to you at some point as well. Your head should not turn at every single thing that walks by you. Like, that's a whole nother conversation too. Because it's about how you do it too. It ain't gonna look okay, cool. Yeah, it's watching. All right, cool. I guess. Don't be disrespectful. So that's exposed that right there. And so it don't even necessarily mean that y'all will be, in the past I've heard conversations, like I heard interviews and watch interviews, whatever, the man be like, well, I ain't touch her, you can go into it, but you're turning your whole neck and leaning all out the window for her to see it for what? Chill out. Discretion. It's okay. People are, it's okay. Now we back. Okay. Like, be so open and be like, babe, look, girl, look now. Wash it now. Like, y'all did it. Men, in some ways, have turned into women. We all want to gossip and talk about what the girl got on, but it's really because you want to check her out. Like, chill out. It's okay. Take it easy, right? So I get it. That contradicts anything about expressing yourself, right? But it's baby steps. What we talked about, like there are different levels to everything, right? So when you baby steps to where it's like, okay, open yourself up to the idea of expressing yourself, and then you learn about what's appropriate and inappropriate. Then you learn about delivery, how you're delivering something was your expression. So if you feel like the woman that you're with or the person that you're with needs to lose weight, you really shouldn't yell at them like, lose some weight already. Like, that's not the thing to do, right? But you can't also blame it on like, well, I'm just learning how to express myself. Okay, it's a work in progress. So again, I bid you with this because it's so powerful. I see this going to spill over again. This is a time for healing deep emotional trauma. Situations you thought you cleared are coming up again for more awareness. How do we get to awareness? By self-reflection. Come on, let's think about it. Healing is done in layers. You have to continue to spiral through the same emotional experiences until there is no energetic charge left to trigger you. Here's your B-tip of the week. Definitely on our way out of here. It is possible to identify your triggers and to get to a place of healing where your triggers do not trigger you. Okay? It's possible for your triggers not to trigger you. That is your B-tip of the week. It has been my esteemed pleasure, once again, on another episode of the B-Mix right here on BeExposedRadio.com. We will continue this conversation next week. Until then, be the mix that you are. Express yourself, especially you, Black Kings. Know your worth. I love you. Peace.